today I'm going to be explaining and talking about a lot of good tips and tricks that you might want to use and incorporate in your everyday life when starting your fitness journey. This is a video that was highly requested by not only a few of my clients that I'm working on training. I'm just kind of going through the intake process to make sure this is something that they really want to do. But aside from that, I want to give you guys an exclusive video on what it takes to not only build your mentality, but to get out of that brain fog that you put yourself in. And it really starts by changing your diet. So get comfortable if you are comfortable right now. Set some time to the side and really pay attention to everything that I'm about to be explaining to you, because this is information that you're really going to want to use for your everyday life in order to move forward and be successful into whatever it is that you have. That definitely battles like mental depression and different things that kind of like make me get triggered easily. Picking up sports and kind of finding an outlet like this is something that you should probably do if you're needing somewhere to put all of that energy. So if you're someone that is definitely lazy and you're unmotivated half of the time, this is probably not something that you're gonna want to enjoy. So with that being said, let's get into the first thing. Aside from changing your mindset, you're gonna have to change your diet. When I was overweight and I was close to 200 pounds, 198 specifically, I was very depressed, and not only was I isolating myself, but I was also in a denial kind of stage. And that's one of the worst stages to be, because you know that you have to make a change, but your body is just not letting you because you feel like you're too far behind. That's not the case. You have to kind of get out of that mindset and keep going. And so things that first helped me is walking. Take 10 to 15, 20 minutes, 30 minutes max to an hour and just walk. Because right now, you're going to be obsessing over looking on the scale. You're going to be obsessing over how your clothes fit. Just start walking. Don't even check the scale for about 2 months straight, because you're not going to see any progress, especially if you've been stuck in a way for so long, whether that's smoking or drinking or just in a funk. Don't even check your scale. Don't even worry about any progress. For 2 months, you just got to dedicate yourself. That's the first step. Water. I keep water on me 24/7 just because not only is it so fucking hot, but because your body literally needs to flush out every bad toxin that was within it. You know what I'm trying to say? When I first started my journey, I was throwing up constantly. Not only was I pooping a lot, but I was really just throwing up and getting rid of all that flannel inside my chest, the mucus, you're just gonna be withdrawing from it, and it's gonna feel like you're dying temporarily, but I promise you it gets better if you really stay committed. Another thing, you have to get rid of everybody in your circle that is still participating in all the activities that you just do not align with, because it's gonna slow you down. You're gonna be oh shit, we're all going clubbing, we're drinking and shit, or we're trying this new restaurant and shit. Yeah, I have cheat days, but if you're gonna have cheat days, I say really once a month or once a week if it's really necessary, because as females we do have a lot of hormonal fluctuations, but that's besides the point. Try to stay on a restricted calorie deficit that's gonna really put you in alignment. I'm trying to say, kind of stay away from everybody that is not on the same timing as you, because it's gonna cause you to want to slip up. Anything's gonna cause you to want to slip up, and that's not something that you want to do, because in the long run you need your body. You have to treat your body like a temple. You have to stay in shape. You are what you eat. You know what I'm trying to say? So if you're eating a bunch of bullshit or things that are dehydrating you, liquor dehydrates you, and certain foods dehydrates you, certain drugs, marijuana specifically, it makes you very, very lazy. So you have to just cut it all off, and you are going to have withdrawals, but you're going to be fine. You are going to be okay. It's not the end of the world. I've been on this journey for about 2 years, so you have, really a year and 6 months. But if you really stay committed, you could get it done in about 6 months max. I was just procrastinating, to be honest, because of the stress levels and just everything else that I had going on. But now that I'm kind of getting back on track, honestly speaking, give yourself a good 6 months to see progress if you stay committed. It's so hot today. It is 80 degrees, and you can't have any excuses either. You just gotta go out and do it. What kind of creeped up on me when I first started was not really tracking how much I was drinking. Now, food is very important, but your calories will sneak up on you by what you drink. That includes soda. I was really into ginger ale. Cut ginger ale off. Soda's not your friend. I don't give a fuck what brand it is, if it's low cal, 5 grams of sugar. I mean, I do poppy if I really must need soda, but even then, I'm kind of limiting on the soda. So really no soda. Juice, you can do juice. Orange juice is okay, not too much sugar. I like the pulp one. That's my little sweet treat a little bit. But anyways, do juice. But low gram sugar juice. Like, you know, you don't want to get Simply lemonade and like juice that are like high in calories, because even if you eat right and then you're drinking horribly, or you're getting your soda at like, you know, your food spots, and then you're just using, you know, the machines and shit, that's all gonna add up. That's all extra calories that you don't need. Just bring your own water bottle. Bring water everywhere. If you know you don't have self-control and they're gonna ask for that combo and you really must, you're gonna need to bring your own bottle. Like, get you a good Stanley cup, get you a few water bottles, keep on you, and just drink water, because that's the only thing you need to be drinking for a while. So really pay attention to the calories that you're drinking. Now, to the food. You're gonna need a lot of protein. My favorite is salmon, specifically. You know, a lot of athletes, they do chicken breast, ground beefs, and stuff like that. So, you know, I do ground beef more so when I'm around my cycle, because, you know, that's when I'm really craving it the most. But, you know, ground beef, turkey beef, salmon, chicken breast, and steak, those are gonna be your best friends. You're gonna need rice and whole potatoes, sweet potatoes if you're really trying to cut. Vegetables, every kind of vegetable you can imagine, you're gonna need it. Carrots is really good for your eyesight. I love carrots. It makes me read better and I can see clearly more. It's not a myth. That is so real. Apples are really good for you too, but that's like on the fruit side. Let's get back to the vegetables. Cucumbers, very, very good. It helps you retain water retention. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, it'll keep you full a lot longer. So you're gonna need cucumbers. Onions are my favorite too. Broccoli, lots of broccoli with all your food. Bell peppers, you know, put that in your eggs. You'll be like, you know, perfect with that. Corn doesn't really digest in your system that much, but if you must, try it. But corn is really like the least vegetable that you should be worried about when you're trying to lose fat. So corn might be last on your list. Every other vegetable, really good. Also, when you're going in the grocery store and you know that you're not going to eat everything that you're picking up, shop weekly if you must, you know, so that way you know you're getting your nutrients. Don't do a big binge grocery shopping and you're not even gonna eat all your food. That's so fucking stupid. I don't understand why people do that. Then they let their vegetables go bad, and I would get like 1,000 shit from like the grocery store, buying shit in bulk, and it's just one person. And now you got a bunch of lettuce sitting in your refrigerator. You didn't even touch it. You didn't even eat it. So when you're going grocery shopping and you're eating healthy, you literally need to shop either by the month or literally by like every 2 weeks, so you know that you're getting all your nutrients. Because I see so many people buying so much money on groceries, and the way inflation is right now, we don't got no time to be spending a bunch of money on groceries and you're not even eating it. That pisses me off. I see it all the time. Another thing, stay away from all the snacks. Like, if you're a big back, the last thing that you should be worried about is Debbie cakes. Like, why are you getting a bunch of Rice Krispie treats? Why are you getting a bunch of fruit snacks and shit like that? Like, it's all processed sweetness. If you need the sweetness, that's when you move into the fruit. Pineapple, my favorite. I love pineapple. I can eat so much. Sea moss, start that off 2 teaspoons a day. You'll be okay. Tea if you must. Ginger specifically. It will help your system digest. Bananas are really good if you're trying to gain weight on, like, you know, you're not trying to lose your gains, but bananas kind of make me gain weight a little bit. Like, I noticed I was gaining weight with bananas. So if you're trying to lose fat, stick to the berries. You'll need a lot of blueberries. Oh my gosh, I can't tell you how much blueberries I could eat in a day. Blueberries, strawberries, raspberries. The berries are going to be your best friend when trying to lose fat. I seen myself shed so quickly eating those. Also, what else you're going to need? Yeah, pretty much every fruit is really good for you, but the berries are going to be your best friend. Like, you know, obviously everybody knows what fruits and vegetables to eat, but those are like the best ones, specifically if you want to see progress. And moving on, when you're finally getting comfortable enough and you're in a good, you know, mental mindset where you're like, okay, I'm shedding a lot of fat, I'm building my endurance up, I've been going on my walks, I've been forcing myself out of bed, you know, and stuff like that. Now you're gonna try to get into the gym. Now, this is where people start getting lazy. They start fucking up. They don't be wanting to do this shit. And this was my problem too. I was like, okay, well, I can just lose fat and, like, you know, build my dream body, not by going in the gym. I'll just take walks. That's the wrong thing. You're not only are you gonna have to take walks, practice on jogging, practice on running and shit like that, more so specifically walking, because if you do walk on a high incline in the gym, like, you'll be okay. You can shed fat faster too. You don't always have to run. The running is really for, like, okay, yeah, like, you're ready to be on that type of mode. There's levels to this shit. But anyways, so yeah, you're not gonna be able to build your dream body or anything just by, like, you know, half doing it. If you want it, you're gonna work for it. If you don't want it, you're just not gonna want it hard enough. So with that being said, like, honestly, get in the gym. When I first got in the gym, I was so confused. I seen everybody holding these barbells, these dumbbells. I was like, I don't know what to do. Ask for help. I don't give a fuck who's around, what they're doing, how big, how masculine. they look, or you know, if the female looks standoffish, everyone in the gym for the most part, if they're looking mean and shit, it's because their workout is either killing them, it's hot as fuck, they're going through their own personal thing, or they're just really taking the time for themselves, because the gym is more so therapy for a lot of people as well. So ask for help. It's okay. Like me, I will be a good person to help you. Anyone in the gym, when I first started, I was so intimidated, I didn't even know who to ask for help. It's okay to ask for help. They will guide you. They will help you. So that way your form will be correct too. When I first started, my form was so off. I'm like, this does not feel right. Ask someone. Don't be so intimidated. Don't be shy. Everybody has to start somewhere. If you're choosing to start now, now's a good time to do it. So ask for help. On the days you're not going to the gym, there's no reason why you're having a bunch of lazy days. Like, you had enough lazy days. Stop. Get the fuck off the couch, turn your TV off, and go and do the work. You know, if you're, you know, job-oriented, career-oriented, obviously, you know, certain priorities come first. But I honestly do feel like your health should be number one priority first. You know what I'm trying to say? Because you can't do anything in this life without having a good body. Like, you know, if you're out of shape, who are you trying to coach? If you're at work lazy and unmotivated, like, how are you going to get to the next level in your life? Most people, they just get comfortable where they are. They don't build for something greater because they're too focused and too busy on being settled and comfortable where they're at. Get uncomfortable. Push yourself to the limits. Try something that's going to make you feel uncomfortable. So, okay, whatever you do, do not limit yourself to just one routine, one workout. Obviously, I have the guide in my bio, so you can see all the different workouts and things that you must. Most people, they look on YouTube. When I first started, I didn't know what I was doing. So before I became a coach, like, you know, I looked on YouTube. When I didn't have any equipment and shit like that, I would look at, okay, what is this person doing on TV that I can do right now that's gonna help me shed? If you're working out from home, you know, if you're a mom or you're a father, or, you know, you just can't go outside, you're restricted, you can still turn on YouTube, you can still watch me, you can still watch other people and see what they're doing. You know what I'm trying to say? There's a lot of home workouts that will help you. Do your jumping jacks, you know, and just make it work. Like, wherever what you're doing, make it work. It's possible. You have to make the commitment, you know? If you're comfortable thinking small, being small, you'll be living a small world in a big body. If that's not what you want, then honestly, take the advice. So, on the days that I'm not in the gym and you just want to cool down, go swim. Take a fucking swim. Swimming is one of the most best exercises that you can do that's going to give you a full body workout. And then you're cooling yourself as well. You can hit a sauna after. You can bake yourself like you're in a microwave, jacuzzi, relax, feel the bubble sensation. It's a good feeling. Swimming is automatically the number one best, like, you know, best way to lose weight. If you're just feeling lazy, just sit there and float. Move your arms, move your legs, you know, enjoy your life. Like, breathe, live, you know? For me, I love stadium workouts. As you can see, I'm on one of my college campuses, and stadium workouts are really one of my favorites because not only am I, like, involved in my activities where I'm growing myself and, you know, I'm focusing on my career and I'm building, you know, my empire up day by day, month by month, year by year, you know, and I also travel a lot, and I kind of incorporate my home base, or this isn't really like my home college campus, but this is like the campus where I get a lot of my resources, and I really like build a stronger mindset here. Like, I cried a lot of tears on this exact stadium, and so, like, you know, I will always, like, love this stadium specifically. But stadium workouts are, like, literally one of the best workouts that you can pick. If you're not in college, or if you're, you know, you're not taking the college route, or you know, you're doing your career elsewhere, still pick a stadium. Like, still pick a track and field, because the exercises that you can do on this field, it gives you a sense of control, you know? It's gonna limit yourself to, like, not feel like you're so intimidated to have a lot of people watching you, especially if you're more introverted. You know, that was a lot of my problem. I didn't really want to be walking down the street and running down the street and shit, like, just having a bunch of cars staring at me, especially, like, you know, during, like, late nights and shit like that. 4 good laps, you know, you can start off by walking. I like to stretch here. I'm very flexible, so, you know, stretching on, like, the clean grass and shit is usually good. You know, they usually clean up around here really well. And, you know, if you're, like, a person that cares about the environment, you see something that's on our field and shit, like, obviously, like, pick it up, put it in the garbage. Don't be an asshole and leave shit around. So, like, it's mainly, like, it's really clean for the most part. So, like, yeah, like, it actually, like, will help you a lot. by just starting here if you don't want to be running miles and shit down the street. Like, I know the feeling. It feels like, damn, this is so long. I don't have an Apple Watch. How am I tracking my steps and shit like that? Like, pick a good field, do a few laps, build your endurance up. What I like to do is like run up and down these stadiums back and forth all the time. If you do have me on Instagram, you'll see that I like, you know, like to jump rope up here. You know, I'll run up and down like a triangle motion, and you know, also I'll take the big tires and just like flip them and shit back and forth. Like, I don't really like to show my workout routines because obviously you know what it is that you have to do. There's no point in me really showing it, but down the line, once I get a little bit more like, you know, less busy, I will show like a few of my routines a lot more. But you really gotta just catch me like when I do like little glimpses of it, because when I'm working out, it's just me and me only. Like, you know, I literally, it's like me time. Nothing has to get in my way. This is my therapy. So honestly, like, treat whatever it is that you're doing as like, you know, your number one top priority. It shows that you have standards and you respect yourself. People are not going to respect you if you don't respect yourself. You have to love yourself and respect yourself first, or no one's going to take you seriously. When you lose weight, you're also going to have a lot of haters. You're going to have a lot of people who just prey on your downfall. They want you to stay where you are, stay stuck, stagnant. Don't listen to those people. Keep doing what you have to do, because when you find something that you love to do, everything else around you will become easier. So find that one thing that you love. And it could be dancing, you know. I found myself dancing again, flipping again, you know. You have to really go back into your inner child and figure out what is something that really made me happy that you can kind of tap back into your adult life and become successful at it, while still maintaining your job, or, you know, your career, or like, you know, your relationships, your friendships, working on relationships with your family, stuff like that. Just treat yourself as a priority first. Everything else will align. There's no reason why you're feeling so stressed and so making everything so complicated, because it's really not that serious. Like, when you sit down and you really think about it, it's not that serious. You just know that you're not applying yourself how you can be applying yourself. So get off your couch, get off your bed, get out of that depression, and just try. And as someone who really suffers with it and has mood swings, I'm gonna tell you that it gets easier, and it's not gonna be like, you know, an easy snap of your fingers. Like, you're really gonna have to put your time, energy, and effort into this shit. You know, like, you've got to just find it. Like, it's just something that you just got to find. And when you find it, you can't lose it. You got to stay on that frequency. And you guys know I love talking about frequencies because it's so real. It's so true. You can change your whole state of well-being by just your thoughts, you know? So with that being said, I think I hit mainly a majority of the good points in which you should follow. Take it day by day, step by step, and, you know, just understand that where you are does not define you. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, you're going to have your highs, you're going to have your lows, but you have to be the one to pull you out of your dark place. You know what I'm trying to say? I don't care how hot it is. I don't care how cold it is, how chilly it is. You do this shit in the winter, the spring, and the summer. You have to commit. You have to be the one to change your life, you know? So change it. Fix it. You want to travel. You want all the money. You want millions and billions of dollars. You want a successful, healthy life. You know, it's possible. But you have to change the trajectory of how you think. And so with that being said, find your power, okay? And be and think like the 1%.